Hello, Pisces. Welcome. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a general reading, so of course everything may not resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel at Valkyrie Tarot. She's read you as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Well, there you are, Pisces. It's a nice energy. Real nice energy. Huh? Okay. What is that? There you are again. There you are again. Your energy's a little funny, Pisces. I gotta say, your energy's a little funny. Like, I don't mean nothing by it, by the way. I don't mean nothing by it. Jeez. Okay. Given the situation, the circumstances, I understand that. But I will bring attention to that over there. One more and I'll jump in. Yeah, there you are. I understand that. I think even you know. That's jeez. Even that's the thing. What is that? This is, yeah, I haven't actually seen Pisces energy this heavy, before. This is some heavy energy, Pisces. Interesting. You being a water sign, you're showing me some heavy, like what, water. You think of emotions like, okay, it's a little bit, heavier than air. I mean, water is pretty heavy, but you're showing me like what are those, like the ice bucket challenge. Like if someone were to dump a big ass bucket of cold water on your head, how heavy that would actually feel. Water is heavy. Even though you show me like you're wanting to keep your spirits high, energetically speaking, you're also like very heavy and very serious. Energetically speaking, Pisces. Whatever your situation or circumstances are, you're doing everything you possibly can. And I'm not knocking this, and I'm not talking shit. I'm not saying nothing. But there's a situation of kind of like tunnel vision where you're zeroed in and focused on something so much to where it's like a Pisces. You could do this. It's like you could also. There's an easier way to do that. You're kind of like you're working through it yourself, and that's that Pisces energy where it's kind of like, fish will do what fish are gonna do. You can try and direct them in one way, and they're like, yeah, let me figure it out myself. I'll do it myself. No, 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 no. It gets to the same point though. That's the point I'm making, is it gets to the same point. Whether you're open to it or not, it is what it is. Kind of like very factually black and white. Um, I do kind of feel like you are coming to terms with that, where it's like, you know what? Okay. There's a bit of, interestingly enough, there's a bit of a shadow energy in there, where it's almost kind of like, because you are actually looking forward to going 100% all into something or to do something, there's that part of you that's like, I don't want to fail. I don't want to fuck up. I don't want to mess up. I don't want to slip up. But there also is the emphasis of, what if? There's a resistance to the energy of what if, and it's not an energy to knock you down or cut you down or to say you're not capable or to say you're not good enough. It's just the fact of, well, what if? What if it doesn't happen? What if things don't turn out that way? What if? Nothing, not saying nothing by it. It's just a question. What if? What I'm saying here is the perspective is so narrow. Like one way or another, that perspective is going to shift, and it's kind of like that shadow energy of like, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to see it, I don't want to feel it, I don't want to deal with it, I don't want to think about it. That closed mindedness, one way or another, is going to be opened, is what I'm saying. One way or another, Pisces. Um, the rivers do run back to the ocean. I do see you're doing everything you possibly can to just kind of clear things up and make sure that you're okay, which I do see things getting cleared up. And you're doing absolutely everything you can to make sure that you're good, you're taken care of, as well as those around you are good and taken care of. But what I'm not understanding as well is you have so much going on. I mean, this is like your plate runneth over, Pisces. Your plate runneth over. You're here, you're there, you're everywhere, and that's why I said what I said about that. It's sort of like when you're head down and you're focused. It's kind of like it's like you're kind of shushing and like shooing away everything and everyone. Um, and it's like you'll get to that point, you'll get to that conclusion all on your own, whatever that's about. There's a devil energy. And that's that shadow I was talking about, Pisces. That's that shadow coming out to play that I was talking about. The limited perspective or the narrow vision, the tunnel vision. Like you're not seeing the full picture. You're kind of zeroing in and tunneling in on something. It's like there's another way. There's a different perspective. There's other sides to this. There's you're like, um, it's like it's interesting. You're like trying to force something into like your perspective, your vision. Like you're trying to force it. Energetically, it's weird. You do show me like you're looking for, how do I say this? You're looking for a solution. The solution might be outside the box, but you're like, no, the solution needs to fit inside the box. And it's like, don't know what to tell you, Pisces. I don't know what to tell you. There's a solution outside the box. Like I said, one way or another, it leads to that point, anyways. But that energy over there amplifies over here, where it's kind of like it shows up almost like dismissive, and it's like, well, uh, you're swimming in circles, Pisces, and that's what I was talking about. You're swimming in circles. Pisces, go that way. That way. Oh, why can't I figure it out? I don't know. Don't know. Oh, there you are. Weird. That is a weird energy. There's a Seven of Swords. Talking about that's a weird energy, Pisces. You're showing me the Seven of Swords. Hey there, sneaky. Oh, my goodness. Sneaky. That means all that is a distraction. That's what that means. All that is a distraction. This whole energy of letting there you are, it's all a distraction. Oh my goodness gracious. Meaning deliberate, Pisces. Deliberate. Why? That Seven of Swords is strategy. You're thinking strategic. That's weird. You're like, well, okay, so let me understand this correctly. A fish in a fishbowl. You just, well, if you can swim fast enough, you just jump out the top. You're like, no, that can't be it. No, that's not it. You're fixated on like, I want to crack the fishbowl from the side and go out that way. Like I don't understand that. You're like, I don't want to think outside the box. I want to destroy the box. I'm kind of stumped. So you're in something. You're trying to figure out how to go through it. I've used this example before, Pisces. Even wolves are patient. You're coy. You're real coy. It's part of it. You're real coy, and that's why it's like what seems like obvious. Like it's interesting. You're not going for the obvious because it's too obvious. So why are you choosing to be sneaky and shady, as well as toxic and karmic and strategic? I don't understand that. This is one of those situations where it's kind of like based off of what you've given me. What else can I kind of look at? You're kind of emphasizing like you're closed minded. You don't want to be told nothing. You don't want to hear anything. Like there's something there about like the way like I don't understand like what that is. Like narrow vision. This narrow vision thing. I gotta say, this narrow vision thing is fucking you up. This is a situation of like if you don't get, I don't understand this. If you don't get what you want when it's not, and it doesn't show up as like instant gratification or anything like that, but you're showing me like whatever this is. If you don't get what you want when you want it, it sends you in circles. Like I don't know what to do, and that's where you kind of start to show me. And I'll be honest, you start to show me this player energy, and then you show me this strategic energy. Which you know you're being sneaky, you know you're being shady, you know you're moving a little sideways to do all this. You're playing a game, Pisces. You're playing a game. Unfortunately, you're playing whoever you're with too. That's why it shows up that way. It's like if there's that's why there's kind of like you don't want the simple solution, you want the chaos. You're like, if I don't get what I want when I want it, I'm gonna raise hell. This is very similar to, geez Louise, it might have been Cancer a while ago. That's why it doesn't make sense. It's like 2 + 2 is 4. No, there's got to be another way. 100 minus 96 is 4, and then all these different multiplications and all this other stuff. And it's kind of like you're doing. That's what you're doing, Pisces. There's that 8 of Cups. It's because if that's simple, that's why you're avoiding that simple solution. Because everything you got going on, the chaos, it's orchestrated chaos. If you go with and go for that simple solution, everything falls apart and everything unravels, and everything you've orchestrated and have done, you'll lose it all. That's why you don't go for the obvious simple solution, because you have all these multiple things going on that you got to keep track of, as well as people you got to keep track of. That's why you're moving sideways and strategically. You're buying your time. That's why you're prolonging this. And at the end of this, with that strategy, you even show me like I don't give a fuck. Exactly. That's why you're like, I don't want to. Like I said, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to be told it. I don't want to see it. I want what I want. It is what it is. Damn. Or I want who I want. Whatever that is, whatever that means, Pisces. Goodness gracious. That's like you can't be straight. You can't be forward. You just can't be direct and out with it because you have so much already going on that it's kind of like what you're saying is you're looking for a parachute. You're looking for a soft landing. You're looking for things aren't necessarily specifically detailed wise thought out or lined up ahead of time to where you can just go for that simple solution like, there it is. I knew it all along. It's like, okay, that's a strategy. Sandbagging. Sandbagging. So what you're saying is you're kind of yep. Things aren't lined up in advance yet. Things aren't lined up and set up in place. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, look at this. You're like, I don't give a shit. I don't know what that is. Yeah, whatever that is, like I said, and then all of a sudden, right here, after that Eight of Cups, you're like, I'm gonna go straight for what I want, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. That was exactly what I'm talking about. You're strategically spinning in these circles until when things are lined up that you decide to break that cycle and just go straight for something or someone. I don't know what that is. Damn. There's the world. Yeah, you're like, fuck this. Damn, Pisces. And even then, you show me that, but then you're like, you get what you want. And even then, you're like, this isn't what I wanted. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. All that work, and what did it get me? Damn. It's got to be one of your processes, Pisces. It's got to be a process. I don't know. Like, damn, that is something else. That is something else. Um, you know it. You're scratching your head right now, like, what the fuck? You're trying to. It's weird. You're kind of like trying to piece this together, like, what the fuck? How the fuck? Huh? What does that even mean? I don't know even what that means, Pisces. How are you the one playing around? Even when you win, you're showing me and emphasizing, like, even when you win your game that you're playing, you lose. And now nothing is okay. And you're trying to figure out and understand, like, what went wrong. That's how this reading started. What's like, that's how this reading started. I'm having deja vu. It should be right there. Yes, it's right there. I guess back to square one. I don't know what to tell you, Pisces. Back to square one somewhere. Whatever square that is, I don't know. Makes me think of that game, hopscotch. Hopscotch or is it four square? What's the other one? You draw the chalk on the sidewalk and you kind of step. Is it 1 foot, 2 foot, one step, that kind of thing? Left foot, right foot, left foot, both feet. I don't know. I'm having fun with it, Pisces, because wow. Don't know. We'll see. Bye.